Well, we finally got around that bend, and honestly, that was quite a battle. It was very steep, and that slope continues even in the lake. So like if you went took like 2 steps into the water, you'd be over your head. It'd be like a 10-foot drop. So that slope keeps going just as deep even into the river. Well guys, we made it to our destination. As you can see, I got all my gear there. I already got the sleeping bag open and spread it amongst all the trees, and I think I already explained in a video before why it's just not good to keep your sleeping bag jumped up or you know, in the bag, in the holder. And here's the beach that we're going to be staying on, and look how beautiful this view is. You can see there's fog rolling in here already. It is calling for rain. You know, you wouldn't be camping out here with My Wilderness Outside if it wasn't going to rain. But the reason why we stayed over here is, for one, look how calm the water is. Just a beautiful little cove at the end of the pond, and this becomes a river and actually goes up through that valley and goes to another lake, which I actually plan on doing a 3-day trip by walking up that lake at some point. We're going to go from this lake to the other lake, and I'm going to walk it. But also, this here is in this part of the pond. This is where all the fish are supposedly where they basically hang out. None of the fish goes up. They all kind of hangs out here, so that's another reason why I want to stay here. But also, like I said, because we're so tucked away here, there's basically no wind. It's really, really hot right here. We can have a beach fire here somewhere. And also, we are out here for 3 days. This is another big trip, 3 days. There's actually a quad trail that comes there, so it is a possibility that we could end up with visitors, but I don't know. I'm told that pretty well nobody comes here anymore, so I don't know. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I did see one fish breach here, so I'm thinking there must be fish right here at this pond, at this part of the pond. Like I said before, I was told that this is where they are, so so there should be fish here, so I'm pretty excited about that. Alrighty, so I'm thinking I'm going to set the tent up like right here. This seems to be the flattest area with the smallest rocks. I can pick at the rocks a little bit to get rid of some sharp rocks. Like I said, I got a sleeping pad, so I'm not really concerned about the rocks. But it is actually relatively flat, probably actually even a little bit flatter than where I stayed last time at the lake. We also got a bunch of driftwood here, so we can have a nice little fire on the beach. I'm thinking probably put the fire over there, but the fish are just breaching everywhere here. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to put on a coffee and fish all at the same time, because I did bring out 2 little canisters that I was trying, so I can actually boil the water while I'm fishing, and then when the water's boiled, then I can stop fishing and I can come back and have a coffee. But what a beautiful spot we're in. I'm definitely going to be getting a couple of little shots of this area. It is a beautiful area. There's not a draft of wind. It's actually almost too hot right here, as you can tell. I mean, look at the flowers, like nothing is moving. There's no wind here whatsoever. It's just a beautiful area, and this is going to be our home for 3 days. And like I said, it is calling for rain tomorrow, so this water, this lake, this little body of water here, it is going to rise, but I don't think it's going to rise that much to the point where it's going to come all the way up there. If it do, it's no big deal. You know, I mean, I'm not going to drown or anything like that. I'll just have to move my tent. I also have my hammock. If push really come to shove, I could probably go up this little quad trail here and go around, maybe find somewhere to set up the hammock. But honestly, I'm pretty okay with just sleeping in the tent. Like I said, that's a pretty nice flat area anyways. So we're going to get a coffee going, and we're going to do some fishing. They're breaching everywhere, so they're kind of taunting me at this point. So I'd like to have a little fish for supper. So let's see what we can get. All right, we got a nice little fish here now. He's not huge, but he is kind of fat, so I'm thinking I am going to keep him for a little cook. Like I said, he's not necessarily long, but he's really fat, so I'm going to put him out of his misery, and hopefully we can catch more. All right. So the water is boiling now. Now we just got to get our coffee grinds and everything all grinded. Let me see if I can balance you guys on my legs. Alrighty, let's take out the filter first. Oh, losing my beans. Losing all my beans. Alright, put that bean back in there. I also brought some tea this time as well. Some decaffeinated tea maybe for the evenings. Alrighty. So we got our filter, which is awesome. Alright, now I'm going to get the beans and we're going to start grinding. Alright, it's time to enjoy that beautiful view with our coffee and our snack. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Oh, it doesn't get any better than this, folks. And we also already got a trout as well, but I gotta say, those clouds are looking pretty dark, so I might have to set up the tent because I got a feeling it's gonna start raining. Those clouds don't look too friendly. All right, so I got the tarp or the tantum, sorry, put up now, and so I'm gonna have to go ahead and throw everything into it before I put the tarp down over it, just because it's a lot easier to throw everything in now while I can, as opposed to later when the tarp is over. So yeah, so we're gonna set up here. We're pretty tucked away. It's actually a pretty level spot. It's not perfect, you know, I am on rocks and whatnot, but like I said, I'll have my blow up pad in there, and it is actually pretty even considering. It's pretty even, sorry, considering. So so that's always good. And it's off a little bit. I haven't got it set up perfect, but it's good enough. And yeah, so I'm gonna throw everything in there, and then we'll put the tarp over it, and then I'm probably gonna have to light the fire. I'm not sure if we're gonna have the fire down here or over there. Either way, it'll be like in this area. We'll have the fire, and then we'll have our supper. Well guys, we got another one. And I forgot to mention to you guys as well that I'm going to start putting a fish counter on the channel, and it's going to have to do with not just how many fish did we catch on this trip, but it's going to have to do with how many fish did we catch in total ever since we started the channel. So this here will be our, I think we caught 3 before this, and this one here will be our 5th, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll put it on the screen right now. Probably head home. Come on guys, we got one literally as soon as I took off the camera. Literally as soon as I turned off the camera, we caught a fish. Look at this bad boy. He's not a very big guy. He's only a little guy. Hey, 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 relax little buddy. But as you can see, the hook unfortunately went through his eye, but a beautiful little catch. Normally I would never keep something this small, but because this is my first fish of the year, I am going to keep them. But normally I wouldn't, but literally I caught this as soon as I turned the camera off. Oh guys, got a little fish. He's not huge. He's probably about 7 inches if I had to guess, almost 8 inches. But I think that's gonna be big enough for me to keep for breakfast. So that's one down, and I'm just gonna put this guy out of his misery, and then we'll see if we can catch some more for breakfast. How exciting is that? Well guys, we just caught another one. It's about the same size as yesterday, about 7 inches or so if I had to guess. So he's still not huge, but he's not a terrible size. So we'll have him for dinner, or maybe I'll just bring him home. I'm not 100% sure yet, but either way, I'm going to put him out of his misery right now, and then we're going to keep fishing. So hopefully we'll catch more. All right, we got a nice little fish here now. He's not huge, but he is kind of fat, so I'm thinking I am going to keep him for a little cook. Like I said, he's not necessarily long, but he's really fat, so I'm going to put him out of his misery, and hopefully we can catch more. We'll watch a replay of us catching all the fish, and I think as of right now we have 5, but we're never going to reset the counter. We're going to see how many fish we can catch on this channel forever. However long I can do these videos and catch fish, we're just going to keep tallying them up and keep adding them up. We're not going to reset each season, we're just going to keep adding them up. This guy is only a little baby, so I'm going to let him go. Let's see if I can get him on fish cam. All right, and there he goes. Hey guys, so I hope you're enjoying the adventure so far, and thank you for tagging along. I did want to say one thing though real quick about our subscribers. I have noticed over the past week or two that we've been just getting a ton of new subscribers, so I just wanted to take this moment to really let you guys know that I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I love going out on these adventures, and I love taking you guys even more, so thank you so much for your love and support. It just means so much. I really appreciate it, and I mean, who doesn't like the outdoors, right? So so thank you guys very much for that. I still haven't put the tarp on the tent. It's still pretty cloudy and dark, but it still hasn't even really showered or sprinkled even a little bit yet. So but I'm thinking we're probably going to gather some wood, and I'm not sure if I'm going to actually go looking for wood, or if I'm just going to use a bunch of like driftwood. There's driftwood all around the beaches here, so I might use that. I might just use the driftwood. It is cooling down though. I gotta say, I am getting a little chilly. Might have to put on my toque as opposed to my hat. Might put on my sweater as well, because like I said, it's cool. Not cold enough where I need my jacket, but it could be just where like there's kind of fog rolling in around the hilltop. So it could be just that it's just, you know, it's just cooling down a little bit, and the dampness as well. So but I'm having a blast, guys, and thank you guys so much for joining me. And I apologize if you can hear cars. As beautiful as this lake is, I am pretty close to the highway. I'm not like on top of the highway. I don't mean like, you know, you can't throw a rock at it or anything. I'm still pretty far away from it. But unfortunately, I'm not far enough away to where the vehicles, where the sound doesn't drown out. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, so thank you so much for our brand new subscribers. And even if you're not a subscriber, thank you very much for watching. And I really appreciate it. So I just wanted to say thank you to you guys. Alright guys, we got to figure out a place on where to put the fireplace. It's still a beautiful evening here. As you can see, the clouds are still pretty dark, but it's not too bad. The tent is all the way over there. I don't know where to put the fireplace, because I don't want to cook like literally at the tent. But I don't want to go like, I mean, I don't want to go over there either, you know what I'm saying? So maybe kind of like it here. It's kind of flat like up here as well, so like I could actually sit down. So maybe put a fireplace like right here, maybe somewhere around here. That way we can overlook the view, and we're still pretty close to camp. There is a fireplace already made over here, but I feel like it's just, I'll show you guys anyways. Why not, right? Let's go on a little adventure. But it is a little bit, I do find that it's on a little bit of a hill. Actually, you know what? Now that we're getting close to it, it's actually not that bad. Maybe I will just use this fireplace. It's already built, so I mean, there's really, look, those beautiful lilies again. I think they're called water lilies too, by the way, for anyone that's curious. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. Yeah, so here's the fireplace. So you know what? Maybe we will just use this fireplace, because I mean, just look how close we are. I mean, it's not like I gotta walk a mile. Could just drag some driftwood over here, use this as the fireplace, and I mean, as you can see, there's driftwood everywhere, so I'm just going to use driftwood for today. But I'm thinking tomorrow we're going to end up having to cut a little bit of wood, but that's okay because I'm right next to all the wood, so it's no big deal. I actually went exploring up there earlier. I was going to record a lot of it, but honestly, the scenery wasn't that nice because it just kind of goes into the middle of the wilderness, which is nice. I mean, it's nice being out there, but it's not really all that scenic in terms of, you know, something different. You know what I mean? You're just surrounded by trees. So yeah, maybe we will use this fireplace. It honestly doesn't even look like anybody's ever used it. It's like someone built it but never ever used it, but that's okay. We'll put it to use. So I'm going to start dragging some driftwood. Actually, let's start with this one. Oh yeah. And also, I'm going to try to light the fire with the keychain ferrule rod again. I think that ferrule rod needs some redemption. What do you think? Let's get that ferrule rod some redemption. Wow, guys, we got quite a raging fire. We got the steak took out of the bag, but it's not ready to go on yet. But check out this cool little thing I bought at just like a local dollar store. It has a spoon on one side. I can open it up here. Spoon. Then it has, oh, and also it comes apart, so you can see how it's split in two pieces. So it has a spoon. Then it has a fork. Then it also has like a can opener. So there's like a can opener right here. And I think this one here is a knife. So, but these, as you can see, this little piece right here, it actually locks in. Somehow it locks in together like this, and becomes one again. Oh, I haven't got it locked in, but you get the idea. So yeah, so this is just like a cool little, like I said, I think this cost $4 at like a local dollar store. So nice little fork and knife and spoon. So yeah, I'm a pretty cheap guy when it comes to buying equipment, as long as it works. I mean, not everything I got is cheap, but you know what I mean. If I can, you know, use this for $4, then why not, right? Alrighty, we got a raging fire going on here now. For supper, we're gonna have some steak, and I'm probably gonna clean up that trout. We'll have some trout, but I gotta let this die down to coals. We got a bunch of wood here, so that's awesome. It's 10:15 already, so I'd say we'll probably have a nice little fire, have some good food to eat, and the steak has been marinating for like 24 hours now, so it's gonna be delicious steak, and plus the trout, so it's gonna be like a surf and turf kind of meal. Hang on, I gotta rearrange the coals. This fire here is it's a beautiful fire we got here, and it's just all driftwood, just wood that I found around, just lying around the lake. Get some nice big coals there. Hang on, let me see. Get some bigger pieces on there. Oh yes. There. So we'll let that burn down, and all is good. It's after cooling off quite a bit, so it's really good. It's really nice to have this fire going because it's really keeping me warm. It's a big fire too, and also I'm using a different mic as well, so I hope the audio is picking up good. I haven't used that mic before, so that's why I brought it on this trip. I wanted to try it out, so hopefully the audio is good. And all that good stuff, and yeah, so I'm gonna let this burn down, and then we'll put the steaks on, steak and trout. Maybe I'll clean the trout in between scenes. All right, we're gonna put that steak on there now. Those coals are pretty well burnt out. Let's go right ahead and throw the steak on. Cut open it. There we go. Let's get this steak out. Oh yeah, look at that. You know what? I forgot the seasoning. Oh boy. Let's throw that right on there. Oh, yes. That looks delicious. Oh, yeah. We got the trout going. Oh, boy. I think the trout might actually be almost done. Ooh, hot. And then, of course, we got our steak right there, which should also be almost done. See if I can just flip it over here. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that fish looks good. You can see the oil starting to come from it. Oh yeah, that fish is going to be good. There's a lot of meat on that fish. That's what I was saying earlier. You know, the fish is not huge, as in like long. It's not a very long fish. It's only like the length of my steak, but it's a really fat fish. Like there's just a lot of meat on it. It's like a heavy fish, but not a long fish. Cannot wait to eat that. Alrighty, so the steak is cooking really nice. Oh yeah. Oh, the coals are actually sticking to it. I also got the trout on now. Ow. So we got both the steak and the trout cooking there now. And it's doing great. It's really doing good. It's really misty right now. I'm sure you could probably see the mist in the light. But I'm just so excited. It's like 10:30 at night and we're here cooking steaks and trout. I know it seems like the fire's almost gone out, but I have to cook it on the coals. But once it's actually cooked, then we'll fire it right back up and have a nice big raging fire again like we did last time, and all that good stuff. So yeah, I can't wait to eat. I'm pretty hungry now at this point, and it is 10:30, so by the time I eats and cleans up and stuff, probably be like around 11:30, maybe even almost midnight. So yeah, pretty excited. So we're gonna let this keep cooking, and we'll see how it goes. I can't wait for the fish, honestly. I can't wait to eat the trout. So it looks really, really good. Might put on a couple more sticks just to keep the fire going. Alright guys, so supper is finally done. The trout is ready to come off, and so is the steak. Ooh, hot. Mmm. Oh yes, awesome. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and load up the fire again. Let's load up the fire. Alrighty, let's go ahead and dig in. Let's try a piece of steak first. Might be easier, just use my hands. Ah, can't even get it open, or can't open. That one piece was a little bit tough, but it's because I was biting into a piece of fat, but that's good. We also got our trout. Oh, man. Steak and trout. That is delicious. I'm drooling. Oh yeah. Look at that delicious meat on the trout. Delicious steak. Look, done perfectly. And now we got the fire blazing again. Can't ask for a better night. Well guys, I got supper going now, and really I just got the fire blazed right up. The fire is actually getting a little ridiculous now at this point, but I'm just going to watch the fire for a little while and let this burn out, and then we're probably just going to go to bed, and I'll see you in the tent to say goodnight, and then we'll wake up tomorrow morning. And I ran out of worms, so I'm probably going to have to try to find some worms if possible, see if I can get some worms so I can continue fishing. But besides that, yeah, I'm just going to keep watching the fire, let it burn down, brush my teeth, then go to bed, and we'll call it a night. Alright guys, it's time to go into the tent. Sideways like always. Everything is super wet. I think I made it a little bit more narrow this time around as opposed to last time. Okay. We made it in between the tarp, and just gotta do this zip up. Alright. That's the inside. I gotta try to get a bunch of that stuff down here as well. Let me see if I can do this. Okay. Gotta take this little bag down. Take these gloves down. Take all this stuff down. Definitely take the camera stuff down. Okay. Let's see if I can open her up. Right, camera stuff is in. Gloves are in. Case thing is in. Silky and fire starter kits are in. And the other thing is in. Now I had to get in. Oh boy. Taking the whole tent down with me. Okay. Take off our shoes. They gotta stay in. But I might even take my socks off and maybe even leave them out there. Actually, I won't leave them out there. Throw them over in the corner. Gotta get myself in. Okay. That's happening. Okay, hang on guys. Well guys, we are in the tent now, and as you can see, I'm barefooted and outside the sleeping bag, but most likely when I wakes up, when you guys sees me in the morning, most likely I'll be in the sleeping bag, just because it usually cools down at night and whatnot, and it gets pretty cold. But as you can see, I took that pocket off. It's actually over in the corner, but I actually took the pocket off because I don't even use it anyway, so I'm thinking I might even just throw it away. I literally never use it, so there's really no need for me to keep it. But yeah, so I hope you guys are enjoying the adventure so far. We had an awesome fire tonight, which was so cool, and yeah, I'm just having a blast. This is a beautiful place. It got really cold and really wet. Everything was soaking wet. Even my big camera was wet, because I actually filmed more with the big camera this time than what I did with the GoPro. Usually at night I do more GoPro shooting than the big camera, but I used both cameras tonight, so that's pretty cool. I wanted to get some footage of the fire and whatnot. Unfortunately, it was really late and everything was really wet when I tried to light it with the ferro rod, and I just couldn't do it. I was using the ferro rod for like 15 minutes and I just couldn't get it lit, so I just gave in and used the lighter. And but you know, I don't claim to be a bushcrafter or anything, but at least I tried. So but I'll get used to it. I'll get better at it. And but I still had a blast. I had a great feed. The trout was delicious, the steak was delicious, and all in all, it was just a great adventure. So yeah, I'm getting pretty tired now. I don't even know what time it is. Let's check. Let's see what time it is. It is 11, quarter to 12 actually. Wow. So yeah, it's quarter to 12. So make no wonder it's no surprise that I'm getting tired because it's so late. So a special thank you again to all of our new followers and subscribers. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much for that. And so I'm just going to go ahead and go to sleep, and I'll see you guys in the morning. So good night and God bless, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Ooh, well guys, not too long coming to. It is almost 8 o'clock in the morning, and we have like we have the whole wilderness just moving in with us. We got those little larvae things. We got a massive dragonfly over there hanging out with us. What? We got that guy, and that guy is really just those things. They're almost like grasshoppers, but they're not really. But over here we got a massive dragonfly. Look at him. Look at all those larvae things. Another one right there. So we got the whole wilderness moving in with us, but I don't mind having those guys around because I'm pretty sure they all eat flies, so won't be no flies in here. So that's a good thing. Actually, that might actually be why they're hanging out there, honestly, because there were a lot of flies in here last night. So maybe maybe they're hunting. But anyways, I can. It's really warm here inside the tent, but I mean it's always warm here inside the tent, so I don't really know what it's like outside. But if you look down there, you can see how bright it is, and same with down on that end of the tent. You see how bright it is, but you can also see how wet everything is. Everything's soaking wet, so oh look, another dragonfly, like right there. What a bunch. I'm gonna have to start charging those guys rent. Whew. It's a workout just getting out. Alright. I hope there's nothing there gonna fall in on me. Alrighty. Let's get all this stuff opened up here. Oops. Sorry. Dropped you guys. Oops. Dropped you guys again. Oh wow. Look how wet everything is. Where are my shoes? There's my shoes. Alrighty. Let's get those shoes put on. see if I can actually get out. Yeah. Oh wow. Everything is wet. And it's actually still raining. Whew. But I do feel like everything is going to burn off. Yeah, everything's absolutely soaked. I might see if I might have to move this because it's really hard to get in and out. So I might have to move it out. So 2 of my eggs ended up cracking, so that's unfortunate. Spread it around a little bit. My finger. Throw that back on. Yeah, so unfortunately 2 of my eggs cracked, but the other 2 are still good. Let's see how well this little pan works. Oh yeah, nice. Got to sort of wipe off my hand a little. Alright. It's going to be more of a scrambled egg, but that's okay. You know what, if I'm going to scramble them, maybe I should just put 2 in. I will. I'm going to go ahead and put the second one in too. Alright. Well, let that cook up and yeah, see how it goes. He's almost done.